welcome to another live from Italy session. For those that don't know and thinking, what the deuce is going on here? I'm not in my usual setting. No, I am not. I had to make an emergency dash to Italy to see my family on Sunday, and I won't be back to the UK until this coming Sunday. So, yes, all week I'm intending to go live here to bring you the latest misadventures of the gruesome twosome. And in this live stream, oh my goodness, breaking freaking news, Prince William has actually responded to Meghan Markle's very sick, very grotesque Diana stunt, as I like to phrase it. So, as everyone is coming into the live chat, thank you so much for coming in and joining me today for another live from Italy session with me, Stef The Alter Nerd. Hey up, Lee Do, how's it going? Hello, Wendy Marina. I see a lot of you coming in right now. If you guys appreciate me still bringing the Hazard and Megsy news live from Italy, then please do me a favor and thumbs up this live stream right now. It's completely free and it helps the channel even more, because the more you like these streams, the more YouTube then promotes it to a wider audience. So we get the truth out there as to what's really going on when it comes to Hazard and Megsy, because yes, let's put it this way, right? The whole kind of PR Sussex machine right now is working overtime. Now, if you just give me one moment, I think someone's actually at the door. I'm at my second home in Italy right now. Please stay exactly where you are. I'll be with you in 2 seconds. One moment, guys. It's just me uncle coming in. My uncle's here. But yeah, guys, so with that being said, I see a lot of you coming in right now. Let me know before we start today's festivities, what are your thoughts so far on Megsy's misadventures in Paris? Because she's the freaking bed, right, guys? You think it couldn't get any worse? Oh, it's got a shiz ton worse. And I'm going to be explaining all that in today's live stream right here. Before we do so, though, a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, I should have said this yesterday, but I'm absolutely stupid. So apologies to revealing the narc, just to do it publicly as well. But after our stream yesterday, revealing the narc was on, and so I literally put a message on my notes right here, my streaming notes, saying the following, and it's a message to me, okay? So I'm saying to myself, oi, stupid, don't forget revealing the narc stream after this stream right here, which will obviously be better than mine. I mean, come on. Did I? So, guys, the fun does not stop. After this live stream, please do head over to Revealing the Narc stream, because she'll be going live and bringing you even more information about the misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Another little bit of housekeeping before we really kick into today's live stream is, you know, from yesterday when one of you guys was like, Dutch's disaster, and I turned around and I was like, that is a great idea for a t-shirt design. Well, you guys might want to head on over now to stefthealternerd.com, my merch store, because the Dutch Disaster Collection is officially live. I just made it live a couple of minutes ago. So head on over, have a laugh. The description, I'm actually really proud of my description for this one. I've put crown the chaos in style. When life is more The Crown meets The Hangover instead of a fairy tale coronation, then the Duchess disaster tea is the answer for anyone whose curtsy causes worldwide anger. Because when one looks like they've taken fashion inspiration from a toilet roll or a loo roll, and when one's fashion sense is more roadkill and less of the catwalk, then you are crowned Duchess disaster. Because who needs reality, guys, when one thinks they have a perfect eye for detail? I'm quite proud of that description, guys. So, yes, head on over to stefthealternerd.com. The Duchess Disaster collection is now live. I actually designed the t-shirt, the design myself, of course, using AI mid-journey, keep it 100, of course, but I'm pretty proud of it. So have fun with that and let me know what you guys think to the new collection. Thanks again to everyone coming in right now. And yeah, shall we get into it? Because yeah, Prince William, he has actually responded to Meghan Markle's Diana Tunnel stunt. Now, as I'm going through this, anyone that sends a super chat sticker, member only chat, becomes a member, I will get to you guys as and when I can whilst I'm going through today's story live. You may also see me kind of looking down a little bit. Just to make you aware, I've got my streaming notes on this side and I've got essentially some more information, articles that I'm referencing and all that lot on this side. So just to let you know why my gaze might be looking down a little bit. So anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Because thanks to Royally Sage on X for sharing this story, Prince William has responded to Meghan Markle's grotesque Diana Tunnel stunt in Paris. Now, he's responded through sources, of course, right? And the sources are saying that Prince William is livid beyond words. Oh my goodness, shout out to Carol for gifting one leadership to one of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey, up to our newest leader, courtesy of Carol. Thank you so much, my friend. But yeah, let's get into this story a little bit more. Now, this is being reported by Sky News, and the headline is, he said it was grotesque. Prince William reportedly livid beyond words after Meghan Markle shared video of herself near where Princess Diana died. Now, of course, just to kind of put it out there again, it's heavily disputed, right? Whether she actually filmed herself going towards the Diana Tunnel, whether she filmed herself going through it, or whether she filmed herself kind of around the area but didn't actually go through that actual tunnel, right? It's a little bit disputed, okay? So just to bear that in mind. Now, the article goes on to say that today, 7th of October, 2025, Tuesday, a palace source told royal and celebrity reporter Rob Shutter that Prince William saw the clip and went white with anger and is now livid beyond words. Are you surprised? Because I know I'm not. I'm not surprised in the slightest that as soon as he saw that clip, he went absolutely white with anger and became livid beyond words. My goodness. Think about it this way, right? When we saw that clip, how did we feel? Yeah? I know that I felt extremely angry and frustrated in a way. Because I felt frustrated because I was like, she can't be that freaking thick and dumb, right? Seriously. She can't have thought that filming it and then publishing it was like the best idea in the whole wide freaking world. She can't have thought that. Seriously. Like that kind of frustration of, bitch, please, you should have known freaking better, right? Well, think about how you felt when you initially saw that clip and times it by 1,000,000. And you're probably somewhere close to how I would imagine Prince William felt when he initially saw that clip, right? And so the source then continues to say, look, to him, it wasn't just bad taste, it was personal desecration. In other words, it's as if Megsy went to the grave of Princess Diana, walked all over it, and then did a little freaking jig and dance as well at the same time and filmed herself doing it. To me, it's the equivalent of that. So yeah, I totally get it when Prince William, through sources, is saying he felt like it was a personal desecration. That makes a shiz ton of freaking sense, you guys. Now, the response doesn't stop there. So they say that tunnel is sacred ground. I mean, Paige and Captain Obvious, of course it is. And how Megsy didn't get that through a thick skull, who knows, right? The source then says, for Meghan to treat it like a selfie moment was the ultimate insult. Let me put it this way to you. It's the ultimate insult right now. However, whenever we think that Megsy can't go any lower, that Megsy can't do any worse, guess what? She defies that. And she does go lower and she does go worse. So it's the ultimate insult right now. But in T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 seconds, I think she's going to do something that's even going to eclipse this. Like, seriously. She can't help herself, I don't think. And from what I've learned from Revealing the Narc and HG Tudor, when it comes to alleged narcissistic nutbags from hell, like Megsy, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. They think what they're doing is fine. And if anyone criticizes them for it, they're in the wrong, not them. Do you see where I'm coming from there? And so another royal staffer told Shutter that William's response to all this, he said that it was grotesque and that he couldn't believe she'd film herself near the very spot that destroyed his family. Because this is the thing, right, guys? When you've got, right, a situation whereby she's either, how do I put this? Either filming herself through the tunnel, or filming herself going to the tunnel, or filming herself just within the vicinity of the tunnel. Either way, the optics do not look good, right? Either way, it's still grotesque. To be anywhere near that tunnel in the first place and film yourself doing it in the first place. I mean, come on, right, guys? And so here, royal expert Richard Fitzwilliam said he doesn't believe Megsy intended the video to be disrespectful. It was insensitive nonetheless. And that speaks to what I said earlier on, a moment ago, where as an alleged narcissistic nutbag from hell, right, you've got to think, narcissists don't feel they've done anything wrong. They think what they're doing is the best idea in the whole wide world because they're the best in the whole wide world, right? Yeah. The thing is, though, alleged narcissistic nutbags from hell are so blinded that they don't realize that what they're doing is wrong. They don't realize what they're doing is grotesque and insensitive because they've got such an ego that they think that they're doing everything right. And when they're called out on it, the person calling them out on it, well, it's their fault because they don't really truly understand, right? This is insane. Richard JMB's got a good point. Did she deliberately did this to upset William? I don't think she deliberately did this to upset Prince William or the royal family. I think she deliberately did this as some cockamamie Machiavellian scheme to ingratiate herself even further in the legend of Princess Diana. And we'll actually get onto that later on in this live stream because there's new information that's come out over the last few hours that's proving even more that the Diana tunnel stunt was not an accident. As far as I'm concerned, it was no freaking accident. This was planned, okay? And we'll get onto that later on in this live stream. So guys, stay tuned for that. And so Fitzwilliams told the Daily Mail, I don't understand what on earth she was thinking. No advisor would ever advise doing something so strange. She has every right to go to fashion events, but to share a video which had any connections with the tragic death of the Princess of Wales defies belief. She couldn't possibly have intended to be disrespectful, but it's another example of the Sussexes doing something that makes no sense at all. Well, this is the thing. It does make sense And so we're going to get onto that right now because Prince Harry has also responded to Meg's grotesque Diana tunnel stunt, right? And I'll get onto that towards the end of this stream. So do stay tuned for that because in the meantime, as I've mentioned, there's brand new news that's coming out that shows that Meg's grotesque display of cosplaying Princess Diana in Paris to try and ingratiate herself even more in the legend of Princess Diana was more disgusting and actually more planned out than we originally thought. So let me explain, because once I've explained all this to you and I've laid down the groundwork, you're then going to understand Hazard's response to all of this, because this is all linked. In my humble opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. So with that being said, everyone talked about the monstrosity, right? Initially, that was Meg's bedsheet outfit, toilet roll, loo roll outfit, whatever you want to call it, right? At the Balenciaga catwalk show that she attended over the weekend. And everyone talked about, of course, the sick stunt she pulled filming herself traveling in a car, again, either going near or going towards or through whatever the Diana tunnel, right? As the British Prince says on X, Meghan Markle is a vile narcissist, utterly insensitive. She filmed herself driving where Diana died in a Mercedes Benz. Diana died in a Merc. I've shared a video and photo of a Merc luxury car promo. The other she posted on social media for attention. Truly disgusting. Now, you guys might think, well, hang on a minute, her driving in a Merc around the vicinity, at the very least, of the Diana tunnel may just be a coincidence. No, when you add everything else together, it's not a coincidence. And I'll go to the everything else in a moment, because Megsy, she's trying to do damage control right now, and it's not working, because there was a poll that was done and the majority of people are saying that what she did with the Diana tunnel was absolutely tasteless. Royally Sage on X confirming this poll, 95%, 32,550 people essentially said yes, it was tasteless for Meghan to post a video of herself driving past the tunnel where Diana died. So the majority of people also thought it was tasteless what Megsy did with the Diana tunnel, right? Now, later on in the evening, okay, so here's the new news that's coming out as to how Megsy tried to ingratiate herself even more in the Princess Diana legend and cosplayed her even more. This is insane, guys. This was all planned. How can it not be, right? Let's put it this way. Later on in the evening, right, the night of the Balenciaga catwalk show, blah, 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 right? She changed into that black dress that we all know about, right? And she's just being caught out for it, because the British Prince on X says, look, Meghan Markle can clap back, but it's pointless. The public saw your desperate PR attempts to link yourself to Diana. Exhibit 1, you asked for a similar dress to hers to be made. You posted that video to try evoke a ghost, but it backfired. Your obsession screams narcissism. Now, look on X, because that black dress that Megsy wore, yeah, it's essentially a carbon copy of the black dress that Princess Diana wore on a cover version of Harper's Bazaar. Now, this magazine of Harper's Bazaar, it was released in March 2017. So Harper's Bazaar used, of course, an old photo of Princess Diana in a beautiful backless cowl black dress, right? And it was absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. Megsy decided to wear literally a similar dress. So she wears a similar dress to Princess Diana. She goes near the tunnel at the very least, right? It all screams that this was a coordinated effort whilst Megxie was in Paris to cosplay Princess Diana to an extreme. Why? I think it's to try and reverse her fortunes, to force it down our throats, to be like, oh, Megxie's just like Princess Diana. Oh, we love Megxie now, blah, 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 blah. You think we're falling for that BS? Because I know I'm not. Before we continue, Carol, thank you so much for the $4.99 sugar bucks, saying thank you for doing live stream from Italy. You are very welcome. I aim to do a live stream from Italy every single day this week, Monday to Friday. Hopefully, it's dependent on the family situation, so please do bear that in mind. And so this is the thing. She gets caught out driving at least near the Princess Diana tunnel, yeah, wearing a dress. There's literally a carbon copy pretty much of a dress that Princess Diana wore, which was used on a Harper's Bazaar front cover back in 2017. Oh, and guess what? Again, thanks to the British Prince, we also find out that Megxie was wearing the same freaking shoes as Princess Diana. Yeah. Saying Meghan Markle is an unhinged, desperate, attention-seeking narcissist. She's even wearing the same shoes. So for Megxie to turn round and try and deny, saying that she didn't even realise, she didn't know that she was going near the Diana tunnel, she didn't know how it would look like, this, that, and the other, bull effing shiz. It was all coordinated to try and ingratiate herself in the Princess Diana legacy, to try and cosplay Princess Diana even further. She goes near the tunnel. She wears pretty much the exact same dress as Princess Diana, the black one. The exact same shoes, pretty much, as Princess Diana. You think this is all a coincidence? No freaking way is that a coincidence. No freaking way at all. No. She even drives in a Mercedes Benz, which again is the same car manufacturer that Princess Diana was in when she died. I don't believe in coincidences. Do you? I don't. I really, really don't. And so, this was all a coordinated effort between Megxie and apparently the Daily Telegraph, which we all know is pretty much the UK mouthpiece for Hazza and Megxie, right? Because it seems to have tried to cover Megxie in Paris in the best light possible. However, the Diana Tunnel stunt effed it all up for her. She couldn't freaking resist. She couldn't. And so Queer Lips of Truth II on X said the following: it's very important that we correct certain narratives of Hazza and Megxie. I know we want to black them out, and yes, we should, but sometimes a comprehensive calling out, critic, and mockery of despicable neo-demonic actions are important. So we are clear, Daily Telegraph knew, this is alleged, knew Megxie was going to be in Paris and were ready with articles that other tabloids were going to rip off from and publish glowing things about Meghan. What they didn't expect was the Paris Bridge video and the global reaction to it. It tanked everything. Top news outlets in the US and the UK are talking about Meghan Markle mocking the death of Princess Diana. That's not something one can easily come back from. It's almost worse than calling Diana a racist, which, according to Queer Lips of Truth, in their opinion, they think Megxie would have done if Diana was still alive. He then ends his post on X saying, Meghan issued furious legal letters to Daily Mail and others asking them to correct and explain the situation better. They refused. Instead, all of the publications doubled down on it, and it went to the big screen. Of course, expect Harry and Meghan to put up a bold stroke happy face later this week for their Pay to Play award. But know this, because we called Meghan out, the happy-go-lucky victory they wanted the press to talk about did not happen. No, it didn't. It completely backfired on her. again. She must have thought it was the best idea in the whole wide world. Dress like Princess Diana. Have the same mannerisms as Princess Diana, as according to Taz has actually pointed out there. Be in the same car as Princess Diana. Be around, at the very least, the Diana Tunnel. Yeah, this is all backfired on her. It's all backfired on her. Now, what's she trying to do? Well, she's now trying to deny it all. Told you she would. I told you she would. Because now she's been caught out trying to cosplay Princess Diana in the most grotesque manner possible, right? Yeah. She's now trying to deny it all. So here we've got Royally Sage again on X saying, now we are in the didn't know phase of the damage control. She knew. She's just a liar and can't handle the backlash. Bitch, you can't handle fame if you can't handle the criticism that comes with it. Everyone gets it. You are not special. No, you're not. She's not at all. And she's trying to say essentially that it's all our fault, right? You know, earlier on when I said alleged narcissistic nutbags from hell will blame other people rather than themselves for their own actions, because they still will think that their actions were true and correct. And if anyone else has got a problem with it, well, it's their fault, not the narcissist, right? Well, here's the evidence right here with Megxie. Because as GB News reported, Meghan Markle's camp is furious at the speculation surrounding her Paris Diana Tunnel post, right? This is the thing. She's essentially trying to say it's our fault for our reaction to her Diana Tunnel stunt, because she's furious at the speculation. Anyone in their right mind would know that by doing that, you're going to get this speculation. You're going to get the backlash, especially someone like freaking Megxie. But no, it's not her fault that she's getting all this backlash and the speculation. No, it's our fault. Do you know what I say to that? Piss off, you freaking cowbag. Don't pull these stupid stunts in the first place. If anything, right, listen to your PR team more, right? Because as we all know, as it's been reported previously, the dictator in high heels, it's her way or the highway. She won't listen to anyone or follow anyone's advice unless she thinks the same way. She'll go her own way, whether she agrees with her PR team or not, essentially. And if her PR team turned around and said it was the best idea in the whole wide world to film herself at least near the Diana Tunnel, then that PR team needs to be fired now. Because her Paris trip, it's not a success at all. So she's now trying to deny that she did all of this on purpose, right? She's trying to deny that she did it on purpose, going near the Diana Tunnel, dressing like her, the mannerisms, being in the Mercedes-Benz like Princess Diana. She's now trying to deny it all. And so if I just get this here. So Jack Royston over on Newsweek has posted on X, Meghan was accused of insensitivity by the Daily Mail over a video in Paris near to the tunnel where Princess Diana died. I'm told, though, that it was the Mail who were the insensitive ones here after the role the press played in Diana's death. So, firstly, right, do you see the manipulation right there? Yeah? So, Megxie's like, you know what? The press, you know, they're at it again. They're hounding me. They're lying about me, this, that, and the other, just like they hounded and lied about Princess Diana. And remember, the press played a role in Princess Diana's death. Just remember that, guys. Just remember that. Pure freaking gaslighting manipulation at work right there. Before we continue any further, Chris Mills, thank you so much for the £5 sugar buck, saying displaying the soles of your feet is disrespectful in Muslim countries. In reference, Dodi, her boyfriend. Yes, it is. It is. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Now, let's go to Megsy's denial, her source close to Megsy, that kind of thing, right? Because Jack Royston has quoted a source telling Newsweek, quote, they have chosen, a complete stretch, I might add, to draw the most tenuous link between an Instagram post and the death of Harry's mother. That, for me, is the insensitive bit. What? Again, this was a coordinated effort, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that whilst Megsy was in Paris, that she wanted to ingratiate herself in the legend of Princess Diana and cosplay Princess Diana at such a grotesque level to try and beat us over with a stick and try and persuade us to actually like Megsy. And be like, she's just like Princess Diana. We were wrong. We'll like her now. Because you've got the tunnel, yeah? You've got her dressing up literally in the same pretty much dress and shoes as Princess Diana. You've got her riding in a Mercedes-Benz, the same manufacturer that Princess Diana passed away in. And then you've got Megsy at least driving near the tunnel and then publishing that clip. Too much of a coincidence. How can we not turn around and say, hang on a minute here? This is a grotesque display of someone trying to cosplay Princess Diana in the city that she passed away in. So forgive me when I turn around and be like, this is BS from this source here. Let me read it again. They've chosen a complete stretch, I might add, to draw the most tenuous link between an Instagram post and the death of Harry's mother. That, for me, is the insensitive bit. It's not a complete stretch at all. Not when you take the full picture into account. Again, the clothes that she wore, the shoes that she wore. She was in the same Mercedes-Benz. As according to Taz says, she showed same mannerisms of Princess Diana. I saw one picture of Megsy like this with her while she was in Paris. The same mannerisms as Princess Diana. Then you've got her with the tunnel. Come on. There's no stretch at all. This was all coordinated. This was planned. And as I said yesterday, that route that she took in that car, where she either went through the tunnel, near the tunnel, whatever, right? For someone like Megsy, who's so obsessed with security, she will have been briefed as to the route that she was going to go and take in that car. Make no mistake about that. I'm sure of it. Furthermore, you think an alleged narcissistic nutbag from hell like Megsy is going to pass up the chance of going anywhere near the Diana Tunnel? Not a freaking chance in hell. Of course she was going to go near it at the very least. Her mistake was filming it and then publishing it. Publishing it. Film it. Keep it for your own private records. Whatever. But publishing it. She effed up there. She effed up big time there. There's no coming back from that now. So, either way, right? Look, with the source saying that, it's a tenuous link, blah, 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 blah. Bitch, please. Seriously. You either drive near, towards, or through the Diana Tunnel whilst filming it. You then publish the clip, and afterwards you dress like her, and you didn't think you were going to get any backlash or speculation. You didn't think you were going to get any backlash or speculation. On top of that, by copying Princess Diana's mannerisms and being in the same car manufacturer, the same one that Princess Diana died in. Bitch, please, come on. We're not stupid, but she's trying to gaslight us. She's trying to rewrite the reality of the situation as far as I'm concerned. I know I'm not falling for it, are you? And Prince William's not falling for it. As I mentioned right at the beginning of this live stream, and I gave you Prince William's response, he is livid beyond words. I am not freaking surprised. Now, before we go any further, the big SM is in the chat. Hey up, Stephen Magnus. Thank you so much for the £5 sugar buck, saying, Meghan is becoming so desperate to be back in the headlines. Meghan knows exactly what she was doing. It wasn't a mistake. It was totally planned. Yeah, it was. It was. And there's another reason why she may have done all of this as well. And we'll be getting onto that shortly. Now, the Daily Mail, they've doubled down. So reports are that Megxie has sent a legal letter to the Daily Mail. And the Daily Mail is like, piss off, you cowbag, we're doubling down here. Because they've released a map and the route that they say she must have taken. And her denial is that she didn't go anywhere near the Diana Tunnel, right? But that may have been exposed as BS. I think it's BS. I think she went near the Diana Tunnel. Whether she went through it or not, again, is disputed. But she at least went near it, as far as I'm concerned. Looking at the route, looking at where she was. She couldn't resist it, as far as I'm concerned. What do you guys think? Daily Mail have doubled down and provided a map with the route that they are certain she took, which included the tunnel. As Nancy Sidley says over on Sidley Twins, we asked ChatGPT about the route from the Sugar Restaurant, which was the Balenciaga after party, to the Hotel Plaza Athénée, which was where Megxie was staying. And ChatGPT says, yes, you do have to pass the Pont de Lama Bridge stroke tunnel, so the Diana Tunnel, to get to the hotel. However, you don't have to film it seconds away from the tunnel stroke bridge as you pass the Alexandra Bridge and share it with the world. The sensible thing would have to be to not film Paris at night in a car. I'd slightly kind of disagree with Nancy there. Film whatever you want to film. Who are we to dictate what Megxie can film and what she can't film? Let's be, for me, a little bit, what is it, right? The bit that killed it for Megxie and why she's getting this backlash is that she published the clip of her going at least near the tunnel. Let's put it this way. If she filmed that clip and kept it for her private archives, no one would have been any other wiser. Let's put it this way, right? Problem is she published the clip. Dumb cowbag published the clip. Nancy says, we then asked AI to answer a basic human question. Would you film yourself so close to the spot where your husband's mum fatally died? And then Nancy ends it with, here's the answer. Even the machines are kinder than Meghan Markle. ChatGPT basically said, hell freaking no. Beverly Price says, Nancy was fuming last night on a stream with Meghan's antics. Yeah, we all are. We all are. Now, if I just, there we go. I'm just getting to my notes here. So there may be another reason why Megxie was so hell-bent in cosplaying Princess Diana and taking this to an absolute grotesque extreme. So Neil Sean is saying that Megxie had done this all on purpose. Now, I've been saying that, right? But Neil Sean has a really interesting take on this because Foster, at Foster__Braxton on X, said the following. Neil Sean is saying that Meghan Markle's appearance in Paris while filming yards away from the Pont de l'Arme tunnel was to capture the headlines from Prince William's successful Apple TV interview and Victoria Beckham's docuseries premiere on my birthday, the 9th of October. And then Foster ends it with, it makes complete sense to me. Yeah. So Megxie may have gone really overboard, right, with the cosplay of Princess Diana and going really grotesque to it, past the line and then beyond it, in an effort to, in the news cycle, overshadow Prince William and his news and his interview from the Apple TV series. But also as well, to overshadow the upcoming series from Victoria Beckham. That makes a shiz ton of sense to me. How about you guys? Thing is, though, yeah, let's be real here. If that was her plan, it's a successful mission for Megxie. It just didn't turn out the way that she wanted it to turn out. Because, yeah, the news cycle, it has overshadowed Prince William's interview with Eugene Levy. It has overshadowed the upcoming documentary from Victoria Beckham on Netflix. Problem is, with the media and us, yeah, we're not talking about Megxie the way that she intended. She's effed up big time. Now, before we continue, Michelle from Royal Daily Tea is in the chat. Hey up, my love. How you doing, honey? Thank you so much for joining. Guys, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to Royal Daily Tea. She has some of the most interesting guests on her channel that she interviews pretty much now on a weekly basis. And those interviews, I've watched them myself. Of course I have, right, guys? And they are so freaking interesting. Really, really interesting. I'm actually jealous of Royal Daily Tea because her interview skills are much better than mine. I actually need some tips from you, Michelle. I'll speak to you afterwards about that. But yeah, everyone say, hey, up to me good friend, Michelle from Royal Daily Tea there. Now, let's go a little bit further because overall, right, if Megxie thought that her cosplaying Princess Diana to such a grotesque extreme was going to reverse her fortunes PR-wise, it's backfired on her massively, right? Because overall, Megxie has made it worse for herself. She's trying to blame everyone else, right? You just didn't get it. It's a tenuous link. I'm outraged of the backlash and speculation. Bitch, you're not outraged at the backlash. You're outraged because you've not got the response from the media and us that you wished you had. Because we've seen through the BS and the manipulation that she tried to do whilst in Paris, cosplaying Princess Diana to such a grotesque extreme. It's as simple as that. So the only person ultimately that she needs to blame for all the backlash and speculation ain't us, and it's not the media, because that's who she's blaming, us and the media. No. She needs to look in the mirror and blame herself, because ultimately it's her actions that has created this backlash and speculation. So ultimately the buck stops with her. Like I said earlier on, if she privately filmed that clip and left it in her private archives, we wouldn't have been any of the wiser. Yeah? We wouldn't have been. The dumb cowbag had to publish the thing. Then she got the backlash and the speculation. The backlash and speculation caused by her actions. And then she's got a cheek to try and gaslight us all and blame it all on us. I don't freaking think so, do you? So, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. So, thanks to that one on X at IHT Ian DRS12 for sharing this little tidbit, because I actually missed this. So, on her Instagram video where she shows her misadventures in Paris and all that, right? She included a bit in that Instagram video where she shows a handwritten message from someone. And part of the message, right at the beginning of it, and it's handwritten, it says, "Knock 'em dead." I mean, come the frick on. Come the frick on. Knock 'em dead? Are you shizzing me? So, not only does she film herself near the Diana Tunnel, not only does she film herself in the same car manufacturer as the one where Princess Diana died in, not only does she dress like Princess Diana with the black dress and the shoes, not only does she copy the same mannerisms as Princess Diana while she's in Paris, right? But she also then includes in her clip handwritten notes saying, "Knock 'em dead." Now, Admittedly, and let's be real here, it's a well-known phrase that's used a lot. Knock 'em dead. Problem is, the optics of that does not look good. When you factor in everything else as to how Megxie has grotesquely cosplayed Princess Diana and tried to ingratiate herself even more into the legend of Princess Diana, right, during a Paris trip, to then include in her clip a handwritten note from someone to say, knock 'em dead. I don't think I have to freaking spell it out for you. Shiz the freaking bed. It gets worse and worse. It gets worse and worse. And stay tuned, because in a moment I'm going to get on to Prince Hazard's reaction to Megxie's grotesque Diana Tunnel stunt. And that one's going to shock you. So this is the thing. She dresses like Princess Diana. She pulls the Diana Tunnel stunt. She has the same mannerisms as Princess Diana. She travels in the same car manufacturer as the one that Princess Diana was in when she sadly passed away, right? And then includes that handwritten note of knock 'em dead. It's disgusting. And to top it all off, she's the one trying to play the victim, turning around and saying, oh, it's absolutely shocking, the backlash and speculation I'm getting. It's a tenuous link at best. It's a tenuous link at best. Bitch, please. It's not tenuous at all when you put together everything else. Does she think we're stupid and dumb? Now, we've got, according to Taz, saying honestly, she's unhinged and predictable. Filming herself yards away from the Pondalama tunnel has backfired on her badly. Whether she did it to wind up Harry or just for attention, it doesn't matter. She's shown how disrespectful and vindictive she can be time and time again. And the British prince turns around and says, Meghan Markle can clap back all she wants, but the thing is, it's pointless because we see through the clapback, right? As I said, when you put into account everything else that she tried to do, as far as we're concerned, to grotesquely cosplay Princess Diana and ingratiate herself into the legend of Princess Diana. Yeah, Megxie can clap back all she wants. We ain't falling for it. We're just really not. British Prince says, the public saw through your desperate PR attempts to link yourself to Diana. Exhibit 1, you asked for a similar dress to hers to be made. You posted that video to try evoke her ghost, but it backfired. Your obsession screams narcissism. Yeah. Also screams all right. Now, get to the Prince Hazard of it all, because now it's reported that Hazard is angry at Megxie for her Instagram exploits. And so this is being reported by Radar Online. They're saying it's their exclusive. And they're saying Prince Harry is still seething over Meghan Markle's deafening silence. She's posting about everything except support for her husband. And so what they're talking about here is Hazard being angry that Megxie hasn't publicly defended him when it comes to his charity controversy. Now, this article has come out around about the same time as this whole Diana Tunnel controversy, right? At the very least. So, one insider has claimed Harry feels completely deserted. Meghan's sharing posts about everything except standing by him. He's upset, isolated, and bewildered. He thought she'd say something, even once to show she's on his side, but her silence has spoken volumes. The source added the tension between the couple has been simmering for weeks, describing late-night arguments at their Montecito home. He's still seething about it. At this point, it's less about the charity and more about feeling that she's left him to handle everything on his own. So, this is the thing, right? has responded publicly through sources because they're turning around and they're saying that he's angry at her Instagram exploits. That she's not once publicly turned around and said, I stand by my H, I stand by my Fox, right? So, what do you think has us feeling right now with Megxit and that sick Diana Tunnel stunt? If he's seething over Megxit not publicly standing up for him once over the Centre Barley controversy, how do you think he's feeling over Megxit and the Diana Tunnel stunt? He ain't going to be happy, is he? Now, this, okay, this whole Princess Diana Tunnel stunt has resulted, as far as I'm concerned, and bear with me on this, because it's my theory, conspiracy, whatever. It's resulted in Hazard trying to take action over Megxit's sick Diana Tunnel stunt. And what do I mean by that? I think he's trying to do a little bit of damage control here. And he's doing a little bit of damage control here over the situation by trying to flood the news cycle with the news that a stalker, and I say stalker because we're going to get into that in a moment, got within feet of Prince Hazard during his UK visit. Now, just like according to Taz said on X, I actually thought the same thing initially when I saw this news. That it was some Machiavellian way to force the UK government to give him the security he feels he deserves, he feels that he's entitled to, right? Thing is, there's two things that's wrong with that story. Number one, it's suspected, right, that the stalker is actually a Sussex Squad member. As the article is saying, when you read the news on this, that this stalker has a history of following them around. And so here, the article that I've got on my screen, quote, the woman is on a list of fixated individuals drawn up by a private intelligence company for the Duke's personal protection team. She has a history of following the Duke and Duchess of Sussex all over the world and was spotted during the couple's visit to Abuja, Nigeria last year. Yeah, we all know the Nigeria trip, right? And what happened there and who went. And amongst other people who went were members of the Sussex Squad. Now, this stalker may have actually been identified, and I'll get into that in a moment. Before I do, a quick thank you to the big SM himself, Stephen Magnus. Thank you so much for the £5 sugar bucks, mate. Saying, Dr. Sophie in the Centre Barley Impact Report on page 43 states, the change in venue due to Harry and Netflix filming cost the charity $136,000 in losses. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Shiz the freaking bed. And he's the one trying to play victim of it all, when actually his actions have caused the charity to be the victim instead. Again, it's the same playbook, right? As Megxit. Oh, she's shocked, she's surprised, she's saddened, she's disgusted with the backlash and the speculation, right? Dude, the reason why there's backlash and speculation is because you freaking published the clip. Come the frick on. Anywho, let's get back to Hazard's response, right? So this stalker may have actually been identified as H_desires. Now, this is all alleged, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, but that's the rumor that's going around the internet at the moment, right? And I'm only telling you because that's the rumor that's going around. And so Queer Lips of Truth the second said on X, update and confirmed it's a member of Sussex Squad. Article says she also travelled down to Nigeria. Now, this is all alleged, of course, right? Queer Lips of Truth the second also saying, a member of the Sussex Squad described by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's team as a stalker person suffering from mental illness was disgraced by the Sussexes. Wow. So Harry and Meghan agree that their fans are stalkers and mentally unstable? Could it be at H_desires? That's the rumour. That's the question that's going around at the moment. And as Royally Sage on X mentioned, with receipts of an alleged text conversation, the real reason this, quote, stalker was in Hazard's security zone in the UK visit is because she may have been part of their team. As the receipts of this alleged text conversation that Royally Sage shows that the Sussex squad allegedly received money to be able to attend events where Hazard and Megzi are in different countries around the world. And if this is true, then the question is, who's paying them? Who's giving them the money to be able to do that in the first place? Now, before we continue any further, my goodness, Lisa Boo, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks. And my favourite, the Ginger Doggy Fatty Arts moment. I love it, love it, love it. For those that don't know, it's my favourite super chat sticker because, let me tell you, it's a ginger doggy. There are hearts coming from the tail. And when you lift the tail from the doggy, what's directly underneath? The butthole. Therefore, it's a ginger doggy farting arts moment. You'll never be able to ever unsee it ever again. You are so freaking welcome. So, Lisa Boo, thank you so, so much for cheering me up. Always cheers me up, no matter what. So, thank you. So, the first thing that's wrong with this story of, oh my goodness, there was a stalker within feet away of Hazard is this stalker could actually have been a member of the Sussex squad. The second thing that's wrong with that story is that this is a thing. It doesn't make sense that publishing this story is some Machiavellian way to try and force the government's hand to give him the security that he feels he deserves, that he feels he's entitled to. So my initial reaction, actually, for me, is wrong. Why? Because this is a thing. He's got no further legal options to try and force the government to pay for the security he thinks he's entitled to. Because earlier on this year, back in April, May time, the highest court of the land in the UK told him essentially to piss off. That's it. That's the end of the road for him legally. He can't fight anymore. It's done. End of. Case closed. Legal door shut. No other way to try and legally force the government to give him the security he feels he's entitled to and deserves, right? So, why is this Harry stalker story coming out now? Because if the stalker in question is allegedly a known squaddy, and he has no further legal options to force the government to give him the security he feels he deserves and he's entitled to, then what's the point of this story coming out now? Oh my goodness, stalker of Hazard was just feet away from him during his trip to the UK. Well, what's the point of that story coming out now? Because the UK visit was last month. It was a few weeks ago now. If anything, that story should have come out then, not now. So why now? The timing is not a coincidence. I think this story coming out now, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, is Hazard's response to the Megzi Diana tunnel stunt. In particular, an effort to try and overshadow Megzi's Diana tunnel stunt and overshadow all the backlash and the bad press that she's getting. Because I'll say this. The timing of this story coming out at the same time as Megzi's stunt is suspicious as hell. Like I said, he was in the UK last month. He was in the UK weeks ago now. So why didn't that story come out then? Why didn't that story come out then? Instead, why now? Opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, is trying to do damage control and flood the news cycle with this stupid security story to try and overshadow Megzi's Diana tunnel stunt and try and overshadow the backlash and the bad press that she's getting to try and make us lose our focus and focus on his security story rather than Megsy's grotesque Diana tunnel stunt. And essentially try and make us all talk about his security not being good enough, blah, 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 right? Yeah, newsflash genius. It's not working. It didn't work. It will never work. It'll never work. Before we continue any further, the Big SM, thank you so much again for another kind sugar bucks of £2, saying, remember that mad woman shouting at Hazza in the court? Yes, I do. And again, that was suspected and alleged, I'll say it like that, as a member of the Sussex squad. And the theory goes that she was planted there by Hazza's team as some cockamamie Machiavellian plan to try and prove to the court even more so that he deserves the security that he feels he's entitled to. Yeah. My goodness, Mandy Perth, Australia, thank you so much for the $5 sugar bucks, saying, come on, Megsy, your games are so obvious. Oh, thanks, Stef, for covering this. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So, going around full circle, right, we've essentially got two responses. The first one, the headline one, is Prince William's response to it all, right? Prince William's response to the grotesque Diana tunnel stunt. And I reported that right at the beginning of this live stream. But just to recap, Sky News is reporting through sources that Prince William said it was grotesque, that he was livid beyond words, that when he saw the clip, he went white with anger. And so they also say to him, it wasn't just bad taste, it was personal desecration. That tunnel is sacred ground. For Meghan to treat it like a selfie moment was the ultimate insult. And that another source said it was grotesque. He couldn't believe she'd film herself near the very spot that destroyed his family. I can. I believe it. I really, really do. Someone like Megsy, who we believe is so obsessed with trying to cosplay Princess Diana and trying to ingratiate herself into the legacy of Princess Diana, you think Megsy would pass up the chance of going even near the Diana tunnel? Not a freaking chance. Of course she'd do that. Of course she would. And so, big, massive thank you to Carol Walmsley. Thank you so much for the very kind sugar bucks of £10. That's very, very generous of you. Saying, have a lovely birthday on Thursday, sweetheart. Thank you so, so much. I do plan to still stream on Thursday on my birthday. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. So, yeah, that was Prince William's response to the grotesque Diana tunnel video. Prince Hazard's response, he, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, is trying to do damage control by trying to flood the news cycle of his security scare with an alleged stalker, which, A, the alleged stalker apparently might have been a Sussex squaddy. Yeah, I know, you can't make this shit up even if you tried. And B, my initial thought of it was some Machiavellian way to try and force the government to start giving him the security he feels is entitled to is wrong. I think it's wrong. My initial reaction to that. I think it's more his response to try and flood the news cycle with this bogus security scare, whatever you want to call it, story, to try and overshadow and take in its place all the backlash and bad press that Megsy's getting from her doomed trip to Paris, basically. Again, newsflash, mate, it's not freaking working. Don't even try. Dude, don't even try. So, yeah. that's it. That is the updated misadventures of Hazza and Megzi for today. Live from Italy. Whoa, hey. Let's see what you guys are saying before I leave for today. Anyone that sends super chat sticker, member only chats, your chats are guaranteed to be read. Anyone else, I'll just pick and choose what stands out to me, but your chats are not guaranteed to be read. So please do bear that in mind. I'm going to be live for another couple of minutes. And then afterwards, please head on over to Revealing the Narcs channel. She's live right now, discussing even more news of the misadventures of Megxit in Paris. She's got some more news for you that you won't get anywhere else. So please do head on over to her channel afterwards because she is live right now. So let's see what you guys are saying for the next couple of minutes before I leave. Sarge, hey up, Sarge. Long live George Harrison. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bloody hell, it's got to be late where you are. Oh, yeah, it is. Going to bed, it's 3 a.m. Bugger off to bed, lass. What the frick are you doing? Appreciate your eyeballs, though. Thank you so much, hon. Thank you, thank you. Anne Morgan says that the alleged stalker was also in Nigeria as well. Yeah, as I was saying earlier on, there's two problems with the Hazza story, one of which is that the alleged stalker may allegedly actually be a Sussex squaddie, and the alleged receipts of an alleged text message is indicating that these squaddies get money to be able to travel the world and be at these events that Megxi and Hazza are at. So the question there is, with the Hazza stalker story in the UK, was it actually a stalker? Or was it a member of the Sussex squad who got the money to be able to be there in the first place in the UK? How did she get into the security zone in the first place? Hazza security has got to be top notch. So how did she get into the security zone in the first place? I mean, come on. And why her? If there was a lapse in the security, why was it just the one person? Should have been more people than that kind of circumvented the security if there was a hole in it. I mean, come on, right? Let's see. Oh, Kizzy Arsenu says, we have birthdays in the same month. Hey up, Kizzy. Are you a Libra as well? Libras represent. Oh, Carol says, thanks for the update. You're very welcome. Make sure you guys stay tuned tomorrow, same time, same place, for another installment of the misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Unless something happens here, I will be going live again, same time, same place. Kaz Floss says there's clearly no level to which that woman will not stoop. Tell me about it. And for those that missed it, yesterday we dubbed her Duchess Disaster. That's to all you great alter nerds out there. And oh my goodness, I did say that was a great idea for a t-shirt. You might want to head on over to stefthealternerd.com right now and have yourself a bit of a laugh because the Duchess Disaster collection is now live. I designed it myself, of course, using Midjourney AI. Full disclosure. But yeah, I had fun designing that one. I really, really did. Jane says, big thanks for streaming from Italy, Steph. You're welcome. To be fair, it's a welcome distraction at the moment with everything that's going on here with my family and what we're having to deal with. Believe it or not, this is a welcome distraction. To be able to do this. So thank you so much to everyone that's tuning in, that's keeping me company, that's supporting me, and, you know, just for your kind words and compassion whilst we're having to go through what we're going through. So thank you. Let's see. Kay Jardina says, why would Harry help Megxi when she won't lift a finger to help him? Laughable thought. Narcissist control. That's what I'd say. Gizzard1930 says, who is live? Well, I'm live at the moment, only for the next minute or so. But once I finish, please head on over to Revealing the Narc because she's now live to give you even more information on the misadventures of Megsy in Paris. She's got more new information about it. So if you want to know more, head on over to her channel. She is live right now. Shaz, thank you so, so much for your very generous £10 sugar bucks. Oh, buy your mum flowers and let her know we are all thinking and praying for you all. That's very kind of you. I will do. Thank you, Shaz. My goodness, that's very, very kind of you. For those that don't know, my mum is with me as well. Literally Saturday night, about 8, 9 o'clock in the evening, she called and she was like, we need to go back home, like now. And I was like, okay. So I booked the tickets, and within hours, we were on our way to the airport and we came back home. So, yeah, thank you for all your support and just your patience this week whilst I'm having to do what I'm doing for my family. I know I'm not giving you as much content as I usually do, you know, the 3 videos a day and all that lot. So I do hope this stream, at least once a day, is enough for you guys in the meantime. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, I will be back in the UK this Sunday. If that changes, of course, I will let you guys know. Oh, Miranda says, happy birthday, Steph. Thank you. It's not my birthday yet. 2 days' time, this Thursday, 9th of October. Raid your piggy banks. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness. Oh, thanks so much for the hearts and hugs, guys. Thank you. Anna Chedroni, thank you so much for the $2 sugar buck saying ciao bella. Ciao bella. Buongiorno. Come stai? Come va? Ah, right. Oh, and Spark YG Great Music says, happy birthday. Enjoy a great Italian meal. Yeah, I think I will. Let's put it this way, right? Couple of days ago, the weekend, never thought I'd be spending my birthday in Italy with my family. Interesting how life happens sometimes, but there we go. Got to find the silver lining somewhere. It's unfortunately a very, very sad reason why I'm here, but still got to try and find the silver lining any which way I can. Otherwise, I'd fall apart, guys. I really would. And I'd just be a crying freaking wreck with what's happening right now. So, yeah, silver lining. I'm celebrating my birthday with my family here. And I haven't done that for literally decades. I think the last time I was here for my birthday was when I was like, I want to say 11, 12 years old. In a couple of days' time, I'm going to be 39. So yeah, literally decades. I haven't been here for my birthday. So that's a silver lining there. Another silver lining, I've been able, thanks to your guys' generosity with your sugar bucks and everything, I've been able to reinvest back into the studio, back into the equipment, to be able to finally figure out a way where I can actually stream live for when I'm back home in Italy. So yay. And this is, like I said, a very welcome distraction with everything that's going on at the moment here. So again, thank you so, so much. Jane says, you look 28 easily. That'll do for me. And I'm not, you know what? I'm not being egotistical, but the facts are, a lot of people, when I say how old I am, they're like, piss off. And I show them my passport and my age and my date of birth, and they're like, shit, the fucking bed. You look like you're in your 20s. So usually like the response I get, and I'm like, you know what? That'll do for me. That'll do for me. Anywho, on that bombshell, that is it for today's live stream. Big massive thank you to everyone that's tuned in today. Thank you so much to everyone that's kept me company right to the end of this live stream. Thank you so much for all your messages. Special thank you to everyone that was generous enough and kind enough and able, of course, to send a few sugar bucks my way. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you so much to everyone that subscribed to this channel, that's new, that's gifted leaderships, that's liked this stream. If you want more live from Italy streams, you know what? Hit that like button. If you liked this and you want more live from Italy streams, hit that like button. But yeah, that is it for today's live from Italy stream. Please head on over right now to Revealing the Narc. She is live as we speak. She's giving you even more information, more details that you may not have heard about in regards to Meg's misadventures in Paris. So head on over there right now. Guys, same time tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Italian time. I should be going live again unless something happens with family. And if that is the case, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the day, wherever you are in the world. And until the next time, you guys, laters. Bye.